right, Mr. Simple Biz Guy, let's start the show.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the SimpleBiz360 podcast. My name is Jeff Mason. I'm your host on this 5-minute adventure. We're taking a look at 3 business tips in 5 minutes. We're in the middle of our t-shirt and cap series. It's summer. Happy summer to you. You can find us on IGTV, Gab TV, YouTube, and now Rumble TV, as well as 28 audio platforms. So we're so pleased you're here. We're going to take a look today at the art of giving out genuine business compliments. So I was fortunate enough early on in my career to learn the 5 phases of the buying process, and then the 5 steps of the selling process kind of mirror these phases of the buying process. And those phases are attention, interest, conviction, desire, and action. So one of the greatest ways to really bolster attention and to get someone saying, hey, I like this guy, Mason, tell me more, Mason, is to use compliments as a way to gain favorable attention from the person you're working with. But now compliments can really come off wonky if you don't aim at delivering genuine ones. So we want to kind of take a look at it and break it down real quick for you. So compliments need to be genuine, okay? That's the first thing you really just have to establish. We can't just take a stab at spewing out meaningless phrases like someone say, oh, hey, Jeff, wow, your podcast is great. I love listening to it. Oh, great. What's your favorite episode? It was the one that, I mean, come on, that's an artificial, empty, shallow compliment. Really doesn't mean much, right? So compliments should avoid overly obvious things, okay? You go into someone's office and there's a huge fish on the wall. Well, oh, wow, Jeff, congratulations. That's that a fish you caught back on that wall? Well, you're the 351st person to talk about the fish on the wall. Why don't you try, looking for something other than the fish? They've already addressed it that many times. You're not really gaining favorable attention. You're not really giving that person a true compliment. Compliments, to be really genuine, if you can look at it this way, they should address a legitimate achievement. For instance, my grandson recently helped me out on a yard project, and he took the reins, and he did this. In fact, we're going to do a podcast about it that when we get into the 200s in terms of episode count. But he really took the reins, and he did a phenomenal job, and I complimented him on his tenacity, on his organizational, determination skills, his organizational skills. And just, I thought it was just a wonderful thing that he did. And I made sure he knew that I complimented him on the achievement of him doing it all by himself, right? So we want to look for something that's achievement oriented, but not the obvious thing. I'll give you an example. I walked into a Wall Street law firm back in the 80s, Cadwalader, Wickersham and Taft, a big, huge Wall Street firm. And I had to go meet one of the partners that day. And this guy was the number 6 overall commodities attorney in the world. I mean, he billed the 6th amount of most money in the commodities arena. So he was a specialist, expert. People came to him. And when I walked in his office, it was a little intimidating for sure. And I looked at a lot of different stuff in his office. But what caught my eye was a baseball signed by Earl Williams, the manager of the Baltimore Orioles. And it was sitting right on a shelf close to me as I walked in. And it was out of view once I sat down. So I said, oh, thank you for allowing me to come in today. I appreciate it. Hey, I just curious what I really am curious about that ball. That ball looks really cool from Earl Williams. Congratulations on that. How did you get that? Oh, well, he goes off into a story and tells me how he and Earl Williams are friends. And this is how he finishes telling me the story. And this is how we break the ice to go do what we had to do. So, effectively, I got through the attention phase of the meeting, and he began to say, hey, I like this guy, Mason. Let's talk some more, Mason. Tell me more. That's really what you want to get him to do at that point. So it was really kind of a cool thing. So again, what I want to leave you with is just look for the unobvious. The best compliment, genuine compliment, is one attached to or connected to achievement. So we're going to look at a Lost in the Shuffle track today. That is a very cool one. Actually, Buddy Holly wrote it back in the 50s. Blind Faith, that super group with Clapton and the boys, they really took it and did something with it. But the guy that really lit it up, in my opinion, was Carlos Santana. 1979, you're going to see a video in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Click on it. It'll take you to a live video from 1979. I saw this concert when it came through Philadelphia Mann Music Center. Man, this is great. Well, all right. Yeah, Carlos Santana, 1979. We will see you in 168 hours.